Mic check, 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 check. We live, we live. Let's welcome to the Haters Ball. It's your boy Dumb It Down. I'm here with my older brother, the old Baldy.
Yeah, all the beautiful.
And my younger brother, B Dog. What's up?
Yo, dad. Bringing dad back in
No, you
2024.
can't bring that back,
You
man. I
can't.
need you to stop doing that, bro. That's messing up our branding, man. I don't like that, dog. Okay, I need you to stop doing that for real.
First person we hating on today is B Dog, man. Yeah. Terrible
Come
dance
on,
moves.
man.
Come on, man.
Got a dad, dude.
Nah, man. All right. Let's move on, man. Come on. We got a lot of music that dropped this week, right? A lot of stuff to talk about. Bunch of music, bunch of stuff happening. So let's jump right into it and let's talk about. I wanted to talk about the 21 Savage album first. B Dog, this is your generation, your guy.
Oh, I would never listen to this album. I don't even know why we've had this on the docket. Fuck 21. We ain't trying to hear this shit.
Whoa!
And this ain't coming out with a movie. We don't care about your movie, nigga. We don't want to see that. Come on, man.
Why you doing that? Wait, hold on. Why are you so mad at 21, man? What's the problem with him?
Yeah, you gotta explain this.
21 fell off to me, really. I don't know. How anybody else
I don't
feel
understand
about
how
this.
he really fell off when, to me, he was always just at a steady level. Never up here, never down here.
I think he peaked. He peaked with his last album was about peak 21. I think everything else is downhill from here.
But my point is, wasn't his last album
You didn't
your
hear the
favorite
album.
rapper, Her Loss? And didn't you didn't you
Oh,
love
that's
that
true.
one?
Solo albums.
That's true.
So you didn't like Her Loss?
I did like Her Loss, but when Her Loss came out, I said I would take 21 off of it. He didn't add anything to it for me.
Oh, okay, dang. All right. Wow. That's harsh. Dang.
A good feature artist, I guess. Sometimes I like hearing his feature verses, but I don't want to hear a whole album for 21.
See, I thought that you...
So you never liked no 21 out? Oh, okay. See, I didn't know. I thought you liked 21 more than that.
Yeah, I thought that I was coming to you for the 21 Love. You know, that's really what I thought. But I'm shocked. I'm shocked at this, events. I'm shocked at the events that have occurred.
I mean, he's just like you love Boldy, and he's like a whacker Boldy with less flows.
I don't think so. He got fire ad libs though.
Yeah,
For real.
no, I don't think he like Boldy at all. I don't think he's like Boldy at all. I mean, Boldy is way better.
I think it's the delivery. That's what I said. I don't think he has this variety of flows, but I think he is obviously a similar delivery.
Yeah, I really can't give. All right, so let's talk about this album real briefly. Then we don't got to spend all day on it. I mean, like I said, we wait for people to jump in, tap in, so we just talk about it. What y'all think of the production on this album?
It was cool. I wasn't mad at it.
Yeah, I felt the same. It was cool. This is some more your music, right? So I'm just shocked that this is how you feel about it. It was cool to me, but to me, 21 is just not a good rapper, and he really didn't show up on this album, in my opinion.
Yeah, and then I don't know, man. 21, I don't know. He's corny to me. Once a rapper becomes corny to me, I kind of don't like him no more. I can't get back onto their music. Like this nigga putting out a
What did
movie.
he do that made him corny? Like I'm just trying to understand. Like, and maybe he did. You know, people said he snitched, different stuff like that. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, I have a problem with how are you putting out a movie? Like I don't understand what
You hating on the man growing? His growth? Moving on to
He got a movie out.
Yeah, he got a movie out, dog. Got Donald Glover in there and everything. I don't know where it's at or how you can watch it, but I know it's out.
Yeah, I thought Donald Glover was playing 21. Yeah, I heard that. I saw that in the news.
Yeah, he is.
But I didn't see the movie.
I didn't see it though. That's what I'm saying. Like you can't just there's a movie. Where's that? If I don't see it, then how I'm gonna say it's out?
Once I saw that the movie was even a thing, I was like, nah, I'm out. American Dream is the name of the album. I
don't understand what he did that made you so upset.
All right. we don't got to stick on 21 then. If you nobody here likes it, we don't want to. I mean, if we not a fan, nobody's a fan of the dude. We don't got to talk about him. So let's move on then. Let's just move on.
Well, okay. Well, I mean, I did want to
I
talk
don't
about
hate
the album.
21. Yeah, I don't want
Album
to say I hate
started,
21.
So go ahead. Then go ahead.
This album started off like it was about to be some kind of like it got that fake Jay-Z stuff with the your mama talking in the beginning. I'm like, oh, it's about to 21 about to get emotional and deep on us. And then he started off with the I come around and kill all your friends. I come around and do all this stuff. I'm so gangster. You can't stop me. Like it's like it was like the same stuff he always said.
Yep.
I was like, okay. What happened to the mom stuff? I thought you were about to get into some kind of thingy. He was like, nah, first song. I killed you. Killed your friends. Your friend's a bitch. Your friend there. I'm like, oh, okay. Like it's like, all right. I guess we got that. And that was the first like 5 or 6 songs. And those are the best songs of the album. And after that, it's trash.
Agreed. I thought that I thought the beginning of the album was the strongest part, like I said, and I thought some of the production was good. But you're right. The concept to me, I thought the same thing when he got on. It's a picture of him. He's a kid, and I'm thinking, okay, he's going for the that classic look, the Illmatic thing, and then he had this mom on the beginning. I'm thinking it's gonna be personal, like you said. I thought that it would be.
Yeah, I thought his mom was gonna talk about coming from England or something, but. Nah. Just went right to killing people. And I was like, all right.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, I don't really have that much to say about the album. That's why we don't got to stick on it long.
No, it ain't no more to say.
Yeah.
All right. No more to say.
Let me be realistic. I don't hate 21. I think he puts together his vibe for the album, like having a mom talking on his last album. He had Morgan Freeman on the whole album narrating and stuff. I think that's dope. I love that he's actually trying to put something into his albums because a lot of artists don't do that nowadays. But I'm just not a fan of his. I liked his early stuff with the kill all of these people. It just sounded more raw. Now it's just like I don't know. I don't.
So the killing people is not believable.
Not no more. Like I mean, I don't know. I wanted 21 to grow. I guess now some artists I don't expect growth from, but from 21 I did because he started moving in those different circles and hanging out with all these people, and he's always giving his opinions. He's very available. He does interviews, these things and that. So I thought he would grow, but yeah, I don't want to hear that stuff no more from 21.
Yeah, I hear you. All right.
Now, what makes that different from other people, man? I mean, like I said, instead of rushing off, and I know we're gonna get off, but what makes that different for him than let's say somebody else? Because a lot of people rap about the same stuff. So, like, what is different?
They don't make it to the heights that 21 made it. Like he hanging out with Drake, he got J. Cole features. Like he's in touch with all the upper echelon artists. When these other gang rappers and stuff, they only make it so far. They last for like a summer and then they out of here. 21 got staying power. He been here for a while, so I'm like, okay, if you're gonna be here this long, eventually you gotta grow, right? But I guess not.
Yeah, I really thought. I mean, like I said, even with the album title "American Dream," I really thought that it would be a little bit more personal.
Did he talk about it? Did I miss the stuff about how like he's not American? Did he talk about that at all?
That's what I was wondering too. Did he ever address that he's from the UK? I don't know.
What do you mean? Yeah, he's addressed that. Yeah, but that's the part of the American
I'm talking about
Dream.
on this album. Does he talk about that in American Dream, like, and how that's part of the dream instead of just shooting people? Because look, I ain't gonna lie to you. I listened to it, and the gangster songs was the first few songs I was feeling. Then he started doing the chick rap, and his chick rap is extra bad to me. Like I never want to hear this stuff again. So I start zoning out. I'm like, I'm like, I don't want to hear this dude do these chick raps, and that was like a bunch of it. I felt like, so I didn't. I was wondering if I missed it, like if that's something that happened that I didn't hear him address the immigration concerns and things like that.
Yo, If he did, I missed it too, man. Like I said,
Okay, all right.
to me, I'm
You the
looking. I
lyrical
saw
analysis
that.
guy. That's why I'm
Nah,
wondering.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
okay.
I'm a lyrical analysis guy. When there's his flow bored me. He like doing a lot of the same. He couldn't keep my attention. Honestly, that's what I'm saying. It was. The album wasn't good. That's why we don't got to stick to it a long time. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I thought y'all had more to say about it. It wasn't for me. And other people might enjoy this. Now, I will say this. I was in my classroom with my kids when it came out, and they were like, "Oh, this is amazing." They love the production. They love the beats. And I do think it's well produced. It's just like I said, it's not for me. So that's all I can really say about it. So let's move on to Ninth Wonder, which is more of an album that is for me. Ninth Wonder and Huss Kingpin. I know just really quickly, I want to say, Ninth Wonder still got it, man. The production on that album is dope. Great boom bap, stuff. I would give that album. It's kind of like it's like a 7 to me. I thought the middle of it, the middle of it really dragged. In my opinion, but the beginning and the end were pretty good. So, did y'all get to check out that Ninth Wonder album?
Nah, I ain't check it out, man. There's 2 that I missed this week that I really got to spend some time with, man. The Ninth Wonder is one of them, and I see Arrested Development got an album, man. I'm like mad at myself for missing that one. So I'm gonna take my time and listen to those, and we're gonna talk about that on the next episode for sure.
All right, for sure. We'll talk about it next time then. All right, so then everyone heard the Boldy James though, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
All right, so then this I want to hear. We can do a good review for this one.
Wait, hold on, man. Before you continue, Doug, we don't say this enough, man. We need people to be subscribing to the channel, man. All right. I don't know what the likes do for you, but people need to sub, Doug. We need subs. We need
Like and
subs.
subscribe.
So please like and subscribe. I hate, asking that and doing that like every YouTuber, but I need them subs up.
Word, and let us know what you think in the chat, man, too, as well. So we're gonna keep talking about some of these albums that came out really quickly. But the Boldy James was to me the best album that dropped this past weekend. So let's talk about this one, man.
I gotta go back and listen because this album definitely was a little mid to me. It was not what I was expecting to hear from Boldy. Yeah, he doesn't sound inspired on this album to me personally.
Okay, all right.
Interesting.
I'm surprised that you said that.
Yeah.
All right. So then let's go. I mean, just start off with that then. Boldy, did you think Boldy was rapping well on this beat?
Yeah. I didn't see that there was something that was like missing in it.
Yeah, I agreed. To me, I thought he was who he usually is on the track. I felt like he was the same on every track. Now I thought maybe it's the production you think is different or something. But just to talk about Nicholas Craven real quick, I thought that the production on this was great. I thought I really like Nicholas Craven's production. I think he's making he's been dropping a lot of great projects with Ransom.
Yeah.
This is his second one with Boldy, and I like his production a lot. Starting off from the first track. I thought this was the best production I heard this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I like a couple of these a lot. We point out which ones we like the most on here yet, or what?
Yeah, let's do that. Because some of the samples and stuff like that he uses on this album, I think are great. And I don't think some of these producers that are producing like a bunch of albums, like Nicholas Craven, seem like not to get any shine, not any props. They're not talked about in mainstream media, it seems like, and I wonder why. I really don't understand why that is.
I mean, it's probably who you work with, right? Who you got albums with? People like Ransom. I mean, they do not want to elevate Ransom out here. I feel like they got Ransom got some kind of thing on them. Like there's rules against talking about Ransom on any of these big platforms. So we never see him on no lists. We talked about DC 4 last year as one of the best albums of the year. Did you
Mhm.
see that in a lot of places?
But do you think it's because he don't play like industry games? He seemed like he's content with the independent route, and he don't seem like he really is jumping out there to get. I don't know. I don't see him anywhere either. Like he don't be doing shows and stuff either.
I, oh, he doesn't do shows?
I mean, I don't. I just don't. I don't see him. I don't see where he's at. Like I don't know. You let me know.
Bro, I mean, look, if he came down here, I'd be going to see him. But nobody comes down here, so I don't. I just assume nobody comes down to Florida. Uh, but as far as I just assume that was the type of stuff. There's a reason why. I mean, Boldy James, again, another one to me is the same type of person where he'll get more buzz, especially when he's doing albums with Alchemist and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
people kind of gotta pay attention. There's a Griselda affiliation, but he's the type of person that could easily get ignored as well. I mean, Boldy had what was it? The one year he dropped like 3 albums and all of them was ridiculous, and you didn't really want to see. I felt like people wasn't giving him enough props. I feel like he got a bunch of dope albums under his belt, and so I think that might have something to do with it. If you have an artist that's not exactly a big time name, they rap about certain stuff in a certain way. Like Boldy does not make street life sound fun times,
Mm-mm. But that's one of the
but
things I love most
but
about
then it
him.
does sound yeah yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he not like glorifying it. Like, I guess that's is that part of the problem? You got to make it sound more fun, you know?
He sound like he's having fun, but only because he's a special type of like concrete or whatever that's stuff to do these different
Yeah.
murders and things like that. Like it don't sound like it's fun for other people.
Yeah.
Sometimes you listen to people and it does sound like, oh, this is a great time. Just shoot 5 dudes and go get some breakfast or something like, yeah, but it don't sound like that for him. You know, he makes sure to have a lot of lines about different things like how it affect his family and his
Yeah.
kids and how he not there or something like that, like different things that he doing and risks that he taking. It's like, okay, so it's a little different. I don't know if that's the reason. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
That's one of the things I like about him. Like I said, man, I think I like his flow, his voice. He has that like draw out flow, but it sounds good. I mean, he just makes it sound good on these, especially on these types of beats. These real like these samples that are like yeah, like
But he don't keep the same speed with his flow either. Like his flows do switch,
yeah.
even though it's always like his voice is kind of distinctive in that way where it seems like he's not rapping. He's not rapping fast, but then he'll get fast, and then it'll be like. So yeah, I mean, he got a lot of like real not super in your face skills. Like his skills are almost like you won't even notice.
Yeah, like
But
the
but
last
he's
song.
he's
Oh, go
doing all
ahead.
kinds of stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
because like I was
right.
saying, like the last song is one of my favorite. All my tokens, like that one's faster, but he's still like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like I just like I think he does well on different speeds, different he does different flows. I think he does well. So
I just, I don't know. I guess I'm spoiled because I just feel like all his best work is with Alchemist, of course. Like I don't feel like anything is touching those 3 albums that he has with
mm.
Alchemist, if not more. So I guess I compare everything to that, and then I get let down.
Okay, so you didn't think that beats like the Jack Frost beat or the Formal
I was
Invite
about to say
beat,
Jack Frost.
yeah, you didn't think that they were on that level. I guess you didn't think that they were in comparison to an Alchemist type track.
Nah, definitely not. It's a
I,
good
I
beat
agree,
though.
man. I do think when I listen to like the Alchemist albums, especially Price of Tea in China, Bo Jackson, more than my first chemistry set. Uh, some of those beats, man, they are sticking my head, man. One song was it Slow Roll? Whenever that come on,
Yes,
that's never getting skipped. Like
never.
so, there's just certain ones that just have. He has some kind of thing where the beats will there'll be like earworms, little pieces in it will like kind of stick in my head. So like in that
Hmm.
song, they'd be like that, and it just like plays throughout. You be like, oh, it just pops up, and I don't know why, but it'll pop up way later. So it's not, I don't think these Craven beats are on that level. At the same time, I think they sound great in my car, so
Yeah.
it's not like I'm mad about it or anything like that.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed. All right. So I mean, I think it's hard to compare everybody to Alchemist, but yeah, I mean, that's why Alchemist is one of the best. All right. Well then, let's move on to the Cudi album, and we wanted to talk about Cudi. I think that's probably the biggest name that dropped that this past week, and I see mixed reviews, man. I see some people really like it, and I've seen some people hate it. So, what y'all think of it?
I, I'm surprised. To me, it sounds quiet as a mouse out here about this Cudi album.
Mm.
Like I seen a couple people talking about it, but nobody really. It's not really getting talked about. It's not getting no kind of buzz to me. I don't know, Bryson. I feel like Cudi is like a icon in your generation, man. Am I tripping with that?
Um, I don't know. I haven't, like I said, I didn't, like you said, it was quiet. I haven't heard nobody mention this. I didn't even know he dropped the album until y'all said so. So yeah, I don't know nothing about this Cudi album. I don't know. He's uh he's dried up, man. It's over
Damn.
for Cudi.
Well, what
Damn.
happened to him, man? How that happen?
Um, I don't know. Like his last album, solo album, I guess was 2016. I mean, he made these intergalactic. Like I don't know any of these albums. 2022 apparently came out with an album.
Whoa. Okay. All right. So, all right.
So you start
Intergalactic.
messing with him.
Intergalactic was he had that Netflix movie and I watched it. So all right. So then you clearly been off the Cudi train for a while.
Man
Before
on the
that,
Moon 3, I listening to it. Yeah, I
yeah,
haven't heard of the last Cudi album that I listened to was 2013 and Kids See Ghosts with Kanye.
Kids See
That's it.
Ghosts. People really like.
Nah,
People really
man.
like that album.
I like Kids See Ghosts, yeah.
Okay, so that's a good one. And then I thought there was some, definitely some tracks on Intergalactic that I liked. Now I
Mhm.
never was the hugest Cudi fan, but I mean, he is has a big influence on hip hop, right? I mean, he had a huge influence on hip hop.
Mhm.
Uh, Kind of a lot of the style of today is Cudi, right?
He's done now, dog. He's done now. It's over. They
What makes
use
So
the
it
his time
style.
passed.
Yes, his time has passed, 100%.
so? How can it be done if everybody's still kind of using his style? What makes him done? Why is he not still relevant?
He- He's inconsistent, first of all. If I mean every 2 years for an album, if you I mean that's if you're including Kids See Ghosts, but otherwise there's a 4 year gap between Passion Pain and Man on the Moon 3. So I mean he don't put out music like that and he don't do nothing to stay relevant. Like he not on features. I mean, you don't hear nothing from Cudi
Oh,
besides him working with Kanye all the time.
right. So that's what I was gonna ask. Do you think Cudi giving Kanye so much of his, writing
Yes.
for him and stuff like that? I mean, 808s and Heartbreaks is talked about like, a classic album, and we know that Cudi worked on that. So, do you think that Cudi hurt his own legacy by helping Kanye?
I think his legacy is already cemented. After his first couple albums, the impact that he had is over. Like how much he's not gonna get any bigger than that. I don't know. I mean, I do think the hanging around Kanye thing does harm some people's career. Um, I don't know why, because it doesn't
You
harm
mean to tell
Kanye
me
that
that
much.
Consequence would be a big star if he wasn't hanging with Kanye? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, I'm not saying
He's
that.
holding back a Sci High. Sci High would have
Definitely,
had
yeah,
10
he's
albums
holding.
come out if he wasn't working
Yep,
with
he holding
Kanye.
back Sci-Hi, stealing all the Sci-Hi best stuff, dog. Stealing all the Cudi best stuff, man. They ain't got nothing to lose. Kanye must got
Well,
these dudes in a
Cudi got a
360 deal or something, dog.
Cudi got a sit. I mean, his first album is a solid lock classic. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even if I don't love it like that, like I feel like especially when that came out, it was everywhere, and I loved a bunch of songs on that,
Hmm.
especially at
Hmm.
that time. So I don't think that he could be hurt or whatever by that. right? I mean, he's kind of cemented. That's why I'm surprised to hear that. Like to me, this is almost, I guess, the lack of buzz, and maybe I'm just missing it. But the lack of buzz on this it's like if I'm trying to think of like an artist that's on this. It's like if people didn't care if Travis Scott came out or something. Like it's like kind of shocking to me. Like how do y'all not have nobody seem to care that Cudi had an album coming out?
Man, I wonder what I want to look up his first week sales now. Like,
Yeah, look up the first week sales, man. I wonder if it did numbers, man, because it came out the same. Did 21 do numbers?
yeah, I'm gonna check it
What's
out.
the sales for this week? So that's
I'll
interesting.
look
But
up
in the
21. You
meantime,
look
man,
up Cudi.
this Insano album was I. What you thought, Bryce? What you thought?
And listen to this shit. I'm not listening to no damn Cudi.
Why, man?
It's over for Cudi for me, dog. I don't need to hear it no more. I'm good. I got what I
I don't
need from
understand
Cudi.
that logic, man.
He not relevant to me. I don't know, man. Like once you fall off for me, it's over. I don't know what to say.
So when did he fall off for you? Because he had albums that
Uh,
you didn't hit,
2013. Like I said, that's the last album I really liked a
bro. It's like
lot.
his
Yeah,
second album or something.
that was his fourth album, and
2013, his fourth album. Dang, man, time moved fast on me.
yeah,
But
29,
okay,
2009 was his Man on the Moon, the one you talking about.
right, right.
So that was
That's
a
what I
long
thought. It was
time.
like, oh wait.
Then Man on the Moon 2 was great,
Mm-hmm.
2010. Then
Mm-hmm.
Indica was 2013. And then after,
Indica. Okay, I forgot about that one.
yeah, after that, it was over for me.
Okay, so you bailed on the third one. All right,
Yeah.
if that's what it
Ashley
is,
Kane and Demons, I heard was decent, and that came out in 2016. But
I don't even remember that one.
that's all I got for
But I remember
y'all.
Intergalactic. And what
I didn't
else?
hear. Before that was Man on the Moon 3, and then before that
Okay.
one was Kids See Ghosts.
Yeah, okay. All right. I mean, I like Kids He Goes. So I think he got a pretty decent catalog, and I think in your generation, and people younger than me will definitely have much more affinity for his catalog than I do. So I'm surprised how you don't care at all. But the Insano album, man, I thought it was cool, but I like two songs on there. I think where I like really want to hear him again. The one with ASAP Rocky, Wow, and the one Tortured I really liked. There was some other ones on there I liked, but none of them were making me like desperate to hear him again. So it was cool. I kind of like doing with Travis Scott, but they had some weird ones on here too, man, that I wasn't feeling. But I'm
I,
looking on just on YouTube Music. They got a lot of plays on these, way more than 21 Savage.
oh, for real?
So maybe I'm tripping. Maybe this album did get a lot of burn. You
I
found the numbers yet?
I can't I can't find numbers. I see something here on Twitter that says 21 got 150,000 first week, and then
That's
Insano got
130 to
45,000 uh
Oh
first
man,
week.
that's a big difference.
But I
45 would be good for some people, but that's low. And 21 did 150. That's big.
yeah,
one.
yeah,
But I see
150.
21 album all over the front of the YouTube Music. So I'm assuming
Yeah,
That's
it's the
they
same
insane.
for
pushing the hell out of
Spotify
that.
and the other streaming services. If you're on the front of the Spotify page, I feel like that's just basically modern radio. People gonna click it. A lot of people don't think about what they just gonna turn it on. If you say that's what's hot, they're gonna turn it on. And they'll give it at least one play. And so I feel like that's definitely something that might be happening with that. But hey, that's interesting to see. So Cudi's fall off is bigger than I thought, or it is about what I thought it would be. Where he's coming in way behind the 21 Savage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm
And
surprised 21 did that much.
I
I
wish
guess
I
not.
wish I had some younger people on here to that was actually a big Cudi
That's
fan to explain,
that's what
because
Bryson is in
like you
for,
be bailing
man.
on cats
Yeah,
quick.
we should have just
Yeah,
invited a friend on for this week, man. Somebody to
Yeah.
but all
Y'all, I'm
right.
gonna keep it real with y'all. I ain't trying to hear that shit.
what you
You
thought
saying
about
it's
this
good.
album though, Dumb It Down?
I mean, man, I didn't like it. I hated it. Honestly, I'll be honest. I hated it.
Do you do
I
you like
thought
Cudi at all? I just before you
I'm a
go
huge
into how
fan
you felt
of
about
Man
it.
on the Moon one. I liked a
Okay.
lot of I watched like the intergalactic movie whatever it came out, and I liked a bunch of songs on that movie and on the playlist. There were songs that I was that I definitely put in my playlist and I listened to regularly. And every once in a while I have something that I like, but again, when it comes to this album, I thought it was kind of out there, man. It was just a little bit too insano. It was just it was a lot of I get really annoyed when in any beat that has repetitive noises, like too repetitive noises, like there's not like space on the track. I felt like there was a lot of that, like just a lot of like noise, and even like repetitive hooks, where you're just saying like wow 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 or something like that. Like I don't like that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like that stuff. If any of it seems too repetitive and not enough space or something like that on a track, I get really annoyed by that type of music. So I get it for some people that's like energetic and hype, but I it's not for me. So that's how I feel about it. I listened to it like 3 times. I liked it more than I guess I liked it a little bit more than the 21 Savage. I thought their sub tracks were okay, but really, honestly, I don't see
more than
myself.
see. Ooh, that's a good question. Which one is better? If I had to pick, I probably would pick this. Only because there's something more to it than the 21. Because I think the 21 girl tracks are just so trash. But the first few are better than probably Higher Highs. Nah, I like some songs on this Insano. I just don't love the whole album as a whole. A lot of tracks on here.
Way too many. And that's the other thing. Too many tracks. I don't know why people keep doing these long albums.
And what's up with what's his face, man? Screaming on the tracks.
Drama. Man, that's it. That's the thing now, man. Drama is back in swing. He's on albums like all the time now.
Yeah, it's like weird placement to me, but I mean, I'm not mad about it. Just is that what we doing? Is it okay? I mean, I'm not mad. Look, Drama get tons of respect from me, so the feds actually tried to shut that man down, so he always gets props from me. But I didn't think I needed Drama screaming on the Kid Cudi tracks. I was expecting the Kid Cudi whale noises, whatever he be doing.
I like
Drama.
I mean, I think Drama is getting his shine now. Like he did the free mixtapes, Salon and thing, and now mixtapes are done. But I think Tyler really started this trend where he was like, okay, I still want the Drama mixtape, and he did it on his album. And now I think that trend has just been out of here now. I think everybody wants Drama to talk on their album. That's all. So I love it. Okay. I think it's great for him.
I love it. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, now I just needed some dudes freestyling over some Canon beats and stuff like that. Just hearing that over and over. Now we gonna bring the whole feeling back.
Yeah,
that'd be hard.
That would be hard. All right, man. Let's talk about some real hip hop now, man. I'm ready to talk about rappers. Let's talk about rappers.
Cudi not real hip hop.
He's not a rapper, man. He's not a rapper, man. Come on. I'm not saying that. Listen, I appreciate what
he got the whale moaning lane on lock. The whale noises. If you want whale mating calls, Kid Cudi got you, man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody stopping that.
100%. Yeah.
All right, so who's the real rap we talking about now?
Well, I mean, let's talk about. Well, first off, let's talk about Drake. Is he a real rapper? Is he hip hop or is he pop? I mean, because Mos Def said that his music is for Target, it's for shopping, it's commercial, pop music. Bryson, you
did y'all
on the
listen
Drake
to
stand
what
here.
Mos said? Did you hear what Mos said? Did you listen to the interview?
Yeah, I watched the clip. Is there a full interview out?
Because, so this is the thing, man. I read what he said. I saw it on a website. I think probably like Hot New Hip Hop, one of them hip hop gossip sites. Mm-hmm. And so I read it. I was like, dang, this sounds like a diss. But when you watch the clip, it's not like he's it to me. I thought it was jokes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think some people take it, taking it different ways than to me what's intended. But go ahead, B. How did you feel when you saw this clip of your hero getting roasted?
Man, I don't watch no damn clip that say most deaf. I read the headline, saw that it said that he was more pop. I started to watch like 5 seconds of the clip. It's like I really don't give a fuck. I mean, sure, Drake is pop. I don't think he cares about. I think that's his intent is to be pop. I don't think he's trying to be real hip hop.
Well, he respond. Wait, hold on. I don't think that's true at all. I think Drake wants hip hop
Not at
respect from hip
all.
hop. Yeah, that's not true at all. He posted on Instagram too. He posted an interview of Method Man saying that hip hop is it's more than just the music. It's the culture. It's the way he speaks, the way he talks, way he dresses, all that stuff. And so he was saying he was saying I'm hip hop regardless of what people think. So. Drake definitely has always wanted the respect of hip hop. Always, always,
I
always,
didn't say
always.
that he doesn't want the respect. Yes, 100%. I agree with that.
So, I mean, yeah, I just think that that's wrong to say that he doesn't care.
Well, he cares a
When
ton, man. You know
when
this
you
dude
make
cares.
the decision to be a big artist, you are giving up your right to be categorized in one thing. I feel like
Mm.
you have to be bigger than the genre, or otherwise you can't break out. I don't think there's any way to. How can you break through the glass ceiling if you don't transition? I don't get that.
I guess that's my problem, though. That's my okay. So I think that's okay. I think that's kind of the problem. When people say Drake is pop, it's because of what you're saying. This need to break out past the genre or something like that. Like
Hmm.
you know, if you love hip hop, man, I mean, it's Drake has made plenty of hit rap songs, okay, and
Hmm.
lots of rap artists have made plenty of money doing it. But when we consistently want to reach outside of the core hip hop fan base to get other people, to get placed in a target or to get to be, make the kind of music that is wants to get played in the mall or whatever, or like that sort of thing, the very commercial stuff that you want to play for, young white girls or something like that. I mean, I think that's some people have a problem with that. Like, just you could just
Yeah,
keep
it's
making music
trash.
for your community.
It's trash. But that is Drake community. I don't know why people act like it's not. The young white girls is Drake community. I mean, like, come on, man. This is the type of stuff that this dude makes his music for a reason.
Mm.
Hmm.
So he made a choice. That's what he wants to. That's what he wants to make. So I don't know why he would get so offended. That's my thing. Like I saw a lot of people like Drake fans like rushing to his defense as if he A needs defending, and B, what does it matter? Like who even like do y'all? I'm surprised people even care what Mo says. I mean, Mo's ain't been really out here like that. When's the last rap? I mean, he has the Black Star album,
Mm.
but is he putting out solo work? Is he out here? You know, really in the media spaces because I haven't really seen him like that. Outside of the stuff he's been doing with like him and Quali and Chappelle and stuff like that. Um, so I didn't know people really cared. I didn't think young rap fans cared at all. I didn't think a Drake fan would ever care what Mos Def says.
Man, I think two. There's two things. First off, I think we underestimate exactly who Drake's fan base is because I think it's a lot of people, a lot of ages that are Drake's fan base, not just young white girls. I think that's part of the thing. There's a lot of older people who still like Drake and whatever, all this stuff, right? But secondly, I think we also underestimate how big Mos Def is to the culture. I feel like he's a icon in the culture. When he says something to me or does something, it seems like I see it. Like I see it on social media and stuff. You know.
Hmm.
Okay, I mean he's credible. He's definitely I would say he's close to legend status. I don't know if he got it locked down, but he definitely has stuff that would make people say that. So, all right. Um,
I don't. If he's not
like
a
I said,
legend,
man,
I
I
don't.
don't.
Yeah, I don't know who is, man. I definitely think he's a legend.
Ooh, I don't know if I agree with that.
Mm.
Yeah, now we're gonna argue where if Moses is a legend and at what point, like what extent, what level of legend. Um, a legend?
Yeah, I
Is he a
mean,
top
Yeah.
25 rapper all time?
okay,
Fuck,
maybe not
no,
twenty
not top
five.
100.
Not okay. I don't.
Is he top 50?
He's
I
not a
think he could be
legend.
top 50. I think he could be top 50.
I think he could be top 50 as well. I think he could be. I had to go through and make a list now, but
Then there's 49 legends if he 50.
I think
He's
that's
not a
fair to say
legend.
that there's 50 legends. I feel like that's fair. In this culture at this time, there's 50 years of hip hop music. I think 50 legends isn't that crazy to say.
Yeah, for sure,
Um,
but he's not a legend. I can't.
All right, see, this is good. This is good. This is good because this is
yeah.
part of because we also want to talk about black on both sides, and I want to talk about most Def legacy in hip hop as well because I think this is the same reaction some people had. Like, who is most Def to be talking on Drake? You know, how can he criticize Drake or whatever and stuff like that? Uh, so I think, and man, it's interesting. I'm shocked that y'all would say he's not a legend. To me, he has made music that is, he's made classic music. He is known as a legendary lyricist. He's rapped with, many people. The issue is he hasn't produced a lot of music, right? So in the same way,
But he has like 6 albums though, right?
he's got like 4 albums,
I
though.
mean,
Well, if you count his group albums.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So he's got 6 albums, yeah.
I mean, that's not a small amount. It's not a it's not consistent output for it's not Nas or somebody like that that's put out tons of albums, but I mean when he come out, 97, 98.
Yeah,
When
98.
did Sound Bombing come out? Raucous. Um, right? And the Raucous stuff was look, I was in high school when this came out, man. I remember that Raucous being like the realest stuff out. Like I remember being like, yo, this is where I'm at. And this type of stuff I wanted to hear. So I had a big affinity for most. I just don't know if I put him in a legendary status because he chose to not really put out as much music. I mean, dude drop. I think he have a couple classics under his belt though. And we'll talk about the quality of those albums when we get to talk to about his legacy. But I can, I mean, I definitely think he's credible. I think that's what it is that hip hop fans think he's credible. When he says something is hip hop, people say Most said this. That's credible. He's a credible voice in hip hop. I
He
do
is
think that. I
credible.
don't. We could debate the legendary stuff.
Yeah, I just don't think he a legend. He is credible for sure.
Yeah.
Legend, Baby Bree in the chat says that a friend knows the name but don't know the music. I don't know if that's the case for most people. I don't feel like most people know who Most Def is.
Man, come
And
on, dude. He's got so many legendary moments in hip hop. Like whether it's even if it's you talking about the Good Friday stuff with Kanye. He's got big moments on there. Whether you talk about Black Star itself was a moment. That Raucous movement was a moment. Black on both sides. It's he's got the freestyle on Dave Chappelle. Or I mean the close edge performance on Dave Chappelle is a legendary moment. I mean I think he's got several.
that sounds like a bunch of reaching to me, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not rolling.
He's got several
This dude just
songs
did
with
a
other
whole.
people.
This dude just did a whole round of yoga, man. Whole bunch of reading.
Dang. All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah, hey, no way. I'm
Nah, nah,
sorry.
nah. Look, I don't understand. I was dog. I was there. I feel like I was there when Most was coming out and when these albums was released. Like you was like 10. So like
Less
I
than
was
that.
hyped. So to me, I definitely feel this. I feel like he is as well. I just don't know if I could just say that objectively about all of hip hop, because I don't know if that's the case. To me, Black Star, and Black on Both Sides were, you know, like formative. Like this is I listened to as a like I said high school years. So you know that I have great affinity for the music.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know if I'm just sitting around like, oh, Most Def. If he drops an album, I'm running to hear it. So like I said, saying legend is like whatever, man. We can talk about that. We can debate that, but you
Mhm.
know we can get back to the whole thing with the Drake stuff. Is I just thought this was kind of real silly, because he was making jokes
Mm-hmm.
about Drake. They asked him, "Is he hip hop?" and he said Drake is pop. So he kind of like took it a different direction. He didn't say no, because Drake makes hip hop music, man. Drake is a hip hop fan turned hip hop creator. Um, and so yeah, I mean, we're not gonna sit up here and say he's not a hip hop artist, like he is.
Of course.
Um,
Mhm.
you know, as far as some of the other stuff, like the stuff about but everything he said about Drake's music being very palatable, in that type of way where you could be in the mall and that type of stuff that's playing, you wouldn't think twice. It definitely is true. That's all legitimate.
Yeah.
And those are jokes, he was
Yeah.
saying like, and I think that's why obviously Drake felt it because he felt like he had to respond in some kind of way or thought it was time for joke responses or whatever. But it clearly hit.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think he was joking. It to me, he had it was a funny, funny response. I don't get why. Like, I like artists saying their opinions and being themselves and showing personality in an interview. And I think I think it's important. Sometimes you see artists and because they're so afraid of saying anything, they just won't say like everything is very like, you know, uh, cut and paste response. It's all the
Drew
same
Brees responses.
responses.
Yeah, Drew Brees
Yeah,
responses. Drew
and that's
Brees.
boring. Like that's boring. If you ask it,
Yeah.
like so I thought this was funny, but my thing is, my question is, what makes someone pop? Because we know he makes hip hop music. Of course, he's a rapper. He's rapped. He's got tons of hip hop music. We know that. What makes someone pop? What is pop music, and what makes someone pop?
It's a good question. I mean, you can step into the pop lane because there's a lot of rappers who made song with the hot white chick at the time who's making the best pop songs, whatever. Like Katy Perry got a bunch of rap features when she was hot. Taylor Swift got a rap feature, I'm sure. I mean, I'm not sure,
Let me
but
hear
I'm
some. Who
sure.
are some of these Katy Perry rap features? This
She
is
got
gonna
a
be
two
dope. I
chains
kind of want
feature.
to look these up. She
She
got
got
a
a
song
two
with 2
chains
Chainz. You
feature.
said
Yeah. That's about the only one
word?
that I know off the top of my head.
I don't know no
Um,
Katy Perry and 2 Chainz is funny, Doug. What's that song called, man? I'm gonna look that shit up.
Damn, I might be wrong. You put me on the spot. I'm gonna be real upset if I'm wrong. But I feel like they got one.
That's that's a good look for Chains. I ain't mad. I'm just laughing. Like that's funny. I want to know what that sounds like, man. But I don't know what makes it pop. Pop. What pop means is consumable in the mass audience. So whatever it is that makes um people's parents maybe when you were younger recoil from the music, say, "Oh, you got to turn that off. That's bad. That's not good. We don't listen to that." That's not that Drake don't have that in his music. It's not that. So the edge is dulled.
Mm.
I don't know how you just how you can feel it. You can hear it when you listen to it. Um, I mean, obviously, there's a certain type of production too. I mean, you can't be rapping over no conductor beats, and then this is like that's probably not the move. My man Derringer is probably not gonna get a bunch of Drake pop hits.
But well, I
But
mean, Drake just rapped over the conductor beat.
and we talked about that when it happened, and we talked about why is Drake wants. And look, I don't know for sure, but seem like dude wants approval and love from the rap lovers like people like myself and others. And maybe he's not trying to be our friend, but he definitely would like it if MCs like Mos Def gave him respect,
Mm-hmm.
um, and talked about him like he was a legend, like he was a Jigga, like he was a Nas, like he was this type of dude that people respect, and he's not. and I don't think he'll ever be that. I don't know. I don't know how that works for y'all. What do you think, B Dog? Is that something that Drake can obtain?
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. Actually, I feel like a lot of OGs have come out and spoke on accepting Drake more and more. But I don't know, man. I just feel once you go to the top, you're not the I don't know. Once you make it there, I think things are different for you.
Yeah, I mean, I do
Okay,
think
well, I think Jay
he's
Z reached the top, so people
Jay
don't speak
Z.
on him this way.
As big as Jay Z was, he was never as big as Drake. Not in terms of sales or streams, as like as big, widespread in throughout. Like I said, Jay Z. I don't think he was ever the type of music that, like we said, the teenage white girls were gonna be the predominant, their predominant favorite, artists. I don't think that's the case. Was it?
I mean, when he was rapping on Annie beats, it was a pretty big deal.
That's
Isn't
one
he in
hit
your favorite
song.
song?
That's
Don't they shout him out on your favorite song ever? Party in the USA. Don't they talk about the Jigga song was on? You know you
yeah.
love that song, man. That's
Jay
your
Z
song,
song was
boy.
on.
Every time
Yeah,
that song come
Jay
on, you
Z
start
song
dancing
was
like
on.
crazy.
Yeah,
You
Yeah,
yeah.
and she
you
put
be
her
hyped
hands
to hear
up.
that Party in
Yeah,
the USA.
yeah, that's it. You're right.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, you might be. Yeah,
Yeah, he got a
you
Justin
prove me.
Timberlake song and that Umbrella song with Rihanna. Like those are all pop songs.
Okay, feature on being featured on another, someone else's track. Like "Crazy in Love" is a huge song. Like that's what I'm saying. Jay Z has songs like that where he's featured on a pop artist record. That's different though. That's a rap feature on a pop song. It's not quite the same as what Drake does, which will have when he has his own hits on his own albums that are huge pop singles. I think that's just I just think it's slightly different. I don't know exactly what the numbers are. I have to look it up, but I don't think that Drake has set records for #1 hits and being on the charts, as most hits and stuff like that. Time Michael Jackson or whatever he tied, right? That's a different level. Michael Jackson, I mean, and Jay Z are not the same level. Like that's what I'm saying.
You're
Okay,
right.
well, I mean, look, hold on. First of all, that Michael Jackson stuff is nonsense, man. We talking about streaming compared to when people went and bought albums. Like, it's not even close to the same thing. But I do think, yes, but hip hop itself is bigger. The times are bigger. The times have changed. So I think Jay Z had big hits. What's his last big hit? That new song was that one?
Wait, what?
Was that probably Jay Z's last big hit with Alicia Keys?
New
New
York.
York. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Song.
I'm just trying to think. Is that might be his one of his last big hits? And I'm sure that one got big numbers. I mean, they
They
play
play
that
that
still a
shit all
bunch.
the
I'm like,
time.
oh God, not
Yeah,
this
I hate
again.
that song. I hate that
I
song,
hate that
dog. I can't
song, man.
stand it. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's a huge
But they
hit.
play that a lot. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that's, it's the same time. That was what, 10, 15 years ago now at this point. And, so I think that Drake has continued to be on top as hip hop has continued to be the dominant form for some time. And he is at the top record sales wise for sure. Um, so I do think that's a thing. Um, my question is just like, why does he's never gonna get the respect of that type of MC. I just don't. I feel like he does want that.
All right. So this is my
And
opinion.
when people talk about him, they respect him for his sales and money. He getting money.
Yeah. Oh yeah. One
All
hundred
the same
percent.
respect.
He's getting money. It's not the same respect. Exactly. It's not the same respect as
It
being
is.
respected as a rapper. No, it's not the same respect. Now,
What other rapper catches all these strays from people?
right. Because here's the thing about Jay Z. Here's the thing about Jay Z. Jay Z gets respect from a business standpoint. People know he's bought his business. He made the money. He gets respect
God, I
that
hate
way.
this nigga.
He gets respect from lyricists as well. He gets respect from all circles. Now, not everyone might say he's the GOAT, but he gets respect from all circles. No one is saying Jay-Z's lame. People say that about Drake. People say Drake is whack or Drake is lame. It's just not the same level of
Let me
respect. It's
be the
not the same
first to
thing.
say it. Let me be the first to say it. Jay-Z is lame. If y'all didn't know, this nigga is lame.
Okay, now
Okay.
you crazy. Now you crazy. See, that's unreasonable. That's just being
This nigga
unreasonable.
Jay-Z raised a lot of
I
niggas.
mean, look,
This
this the
nigga
place for
Jay-Z
that,
is a
man.
lot of
Get your
niggas
hate off,
dad.
dog.
All right. This nigga Jay-Z raised a lot of niggas, so now they love this nigga. I can't stand this dude, man. He gets so much love. When we go back over the
But see,
albums,
this
they
is
weren't even
you.
as
This is
good.
jealousy speaking. This is your jealousy speaking. That don't make no
It's not
sense.
jealousy. It's
You mad
weird.
that
It's
he's loved?
weird.
You mad that he's loved? That don't make no
No, I'm
sense.
not mad that he's loved. But
Yo,
they
you
act like
mad that
this
he's
nigga
more
couldn't do
loved more
no
than
wrong.
Drake?
I don't know how to compare that, but I'm mad that this nigga get. They act like Jay-Z can't do no wrong. That's what I'm mad at. They
I
give
don't
this
think
nigga the
people are
Oh,
saying
flowers
I,
for
that.
I mean, I
everything.
agree. I think his stands are just as annoying as anyone else's stands, maybe more so. But
More
stands are stands.
Stands are stands. The Jay Z
it's
stands are
nasty.
not more annoying than
Yes, they
the
are because it's
Kendrick
nasty.
stands.
It's
No,
nasty.
Kendrick stands are worse.
Oh,
They
okay.
got
Yo,
Kendrick stands are
yo,
worse.
listen.
Because
That's true. That's true.
Even a Jay Z stand won't say that he has all classic albums. A Kendrick stand will swear up and down that the dude has
That's
Sure
true.
6
will.
classic albums,
Sure
Let's
will.
not
never made a
come
bad song
Sure
on. We
before.
didn't
will.
see the people. We
But you
didn't
know what?
see
Drake
the
stands is
people. This
annoying too, bro.
nigga,
They
here
sit
you
up here and tell you that electronic album is fire.
go. That shit is
That-
fire. Hey, look, here
that-
goes Leroy, right in the chat, right on time. Here you go. About to put on this cape for JC. Here we go. These dog is nasty. First of all, the same way that people was clowning academics at first when he came out and was loving all on Drake and this, Drake that. That's the same way a lot of these grown adults are about Jay-Z. It's nasty behavior.
Oh
I
yeah.
hate hearing these niggas talk about Jay-Z. It's
Oh
disgusting
yeah.
to listen.
Yo,
The
Hove
same
did this, man. Yo, Hove said that. Yo, Hove said that. Yo,
oh,
I'm
it's
trying to be like
nasty.
Hove. Yeah, that is annoying. I get it, but
It's
it's just as
nasty.
annoying as
I
other
hate
stands,
hearing
man.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
it.
Okay, and I do
It's
think that Jay Z
nasty.
stands, especially in the past, are really bad. But now, currently today, are not the worst fan base because Jay Z has stopped making music for the large part.
Tone
And
down.
secondly,
Yeah, tone down.
even the Jay Z stands, like when he dropped his newest record, even the Jay Z stands didn't
They
like
had
that.
to admit
You know,
that shit was
they had
trash.
to,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So,
Jay-Z trying to get his Keisha Plum on, man. Who the hell you think he is, man?
I
What's
don't
up with
even hear
that,
it.
man? You're not Keisha Plum. You know what I'm saying? Next time they want the spoken word, they need to get the spoken word artist, the master. You know what I'm saying? Keisha Plum.
word. Yeah, no, whatever he did was not it. And like I said, even the Jay Z stands know that. So I don't want to get caught into you know,
That's what we do. We got to get off topic.
yeah,
Oh
we always
snap!
do
I
is
didn't
off
realize.
topic.
Oh, Leroy in there. Okay, I didn't realize this stuff was blowing more people in the chat. But nah. So when you look at this whole thing with the Drake stuff, he's the only one who catches this type of disrespect for a top rapper, man.
Yeah,
There's no
He
other.
is.
That's what I'm saying. There's no other rappers since he's been out that have reached even close to his level. So we wouldn't know. There's nothing to compare him to. He doesn't have peers besides Kendrick. But like you said, everyone thinks Kendrick is Jay-Z.
I mean,
Jay-Z and Kendrick are like the same to me as far as fan
Eminem
shit.
got stands like crazy, man, and they swear that everything this dude drop is great as well.
Oh,
That Eminem stands is sitting up there talking about boing 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 like that shit's hard. Oh,
that's
pause.
true. Eminem.
That was bad.
Eminem does
but he's
have terrible
old.
stands too. I agree that is a good example. But all right, so here's we got off track. I want to go back to my original question was what is pop? To me, I want to give my definition. To me, pop music is I feel like when someone's a pop artist is when they are constantly reaching to make whatever's the popular kind of music. Okay? So, and what I mean by that with Drake, just take his last album for example. He gets on the track with Yeet and does the Yeet type track because Yeet's hot, and he'll do whatever is hot to stay on top, right? So he'll make whatever kind of music, do whatever kind of thing, completely change his sound, change his whole style of music to stay hot. And that's to me what like pop commercial is about. It's not about the art. It's about whatever's gonna be number one. It's whatever's gonna sell to the audience, and that's I think part of. I think that's in a way. I think that's sort of anti hip hop because hip hop is in its core, its essence is kind of rebellious. And to just make whatever's popular for the sake of popularity it goes against the spirit of hip hop in a way, and I think that's why a lot of these hip hop artists don't respect Drake in that way, because he's just following trends, and hip hop is supposed to be about setting your own trends, or you know what I mean, in a way. If that makes sense, that's to me, that's how I see it. If you dropping on other people's style, you biting, you jocking, whatever's hot, I don't think that's cool.
I personally like it. I think it is cool. I like when he gives, like, the Migos when they first came out. He jumped on their track super early, blew them up. I think that's cool. Bringing up the next young artist and blowing them up, giving them a look. Because I know if I was an artist, I would want that look. I'd be like, oh, you got the best person in the games to come on your song. That's fire to me, and I feel like a lot of people strive to achieve that. So I think that's cool. I think more people should get on other people's songs. That's why I like that J. Cole's doing all these features now. Seems very accessible. If you need a feature from J. Cole, it just seemed like all you got to do is ask him. He gonna be on your song, even though you don't expect it. Last year he did that London song with Bia. That was weird. Never would expect that from J. Cole. Or 2 years ago. I think that's cool.
But
So
okay,
I
see,
think more.
but you're proving my point, because to me they're very different how they do their features. J. Cole will get on somebody's track and just do J. Cole, which is he's gonna bar up the track, and that's cool. Drake will get on the track, and if he's with a singer, he'll try to sing with them, or he'll do whatever kind of thing they do. He'll get with, he got with the trap artist and do the trap music. He'll get with this artist and do this type of music. Whatever thing it is that's hot, he'll get with Yeet and try to do the Yeet music. It's not the same. J. Cole's not. You don't hear him trying to be anybody else but him. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean Drake done about half the genres except for country and jazz probably. But he got a flute album coming. I heard after that Andre one was successful. I heard he got a couple flute songs, and I also heard in his next album he gonna be doing country line dance songs.
Yeah, they said he got a country album coming.
Would I be surprised? From Canada to the country.
That's
what they gonna call it?
Time to get off the Drake train right there.
He gonna have Nelly on the track with him, and they gonna do country together.
No, I think it was Morgan Wallen. I think in his video, I don't know.
I don't know who that is.
I'm just assuming. I think that was his name, but yeah, they say Drake about to do a country album. That'll be funny, but
no one will be surprised.
I won't be listening to that one.
Yeah, that's terrible. All right, let's move on, man. So it was Mos Def who said this, and I watched According to Hip Hop. I think they're the best hip hop podcast, other than us. You know what I'm saying? But
like it's up,
yeah, man, like it's up. So Coop was on there, man. When he was talking about this Mos Def thing, he was adamant that Mos Def didn't have any reason to be talking about Drake, because Mos Def also sings and raps and did all this other stuff. But and so he said that Mos Def don't have no classic albums, and said that Black on Both Sides is not a classic album. This made me want to talk about Black on Both Sides, man. We got to talk about this album. Let's talk about it. Is it classic? What defines why wouldn't it be classic if it's not? And yeah, man, let's go through.
Before we get into that, I also want to talk about how Coop disrespected my man's, the fat dude himself, Big Pun. Rest in peace. And that's what made me mad. He disrespected both. So we're gonna talk about that later. But I was very upset with Coop for this. So Black on Both Sides is I would definitely say this is a classic. It came out in a year that wasn't super strong. So it was one of the best albums of that year. Maybe those two albums better in my opinion. BG had Chopper City in the Ghetto that I really love.
You think it's better than
And
this?
I love Chopper City in the Ghetto,
Mm,
duh.
okay.
And I mean, what other albums were better, do you think, in that year? Like I looked at the list, I didn't really see too many that I thought were even that were really close.
Yeah,
Um
I don't think. To me, this is. I mean, 2001. I think would be the what another one that people obviously say things fall apart. There's another one. I
I
mean,
don't love. I'm not gonna lie. So Things Fall Apart was one that I thought of, and then 2001. I love. I like songs on. I love some songs on 2001. I cannot sit here and say that I have been a huge 2001 lover. I know that that's like blasphemy to some people, but I don't think it's really on that all time greatness level.
mm,
But hey, man, what do I know? You know what I'm saying?
mm.
Just here to hate.
I disagree
A
with
little
that one.
casual hate for y'all, a little Dr. Dre hate, you know what I mean?
I disagree on
I
that
didn't
one.
love it when it came out. I remember being in high school and being like, okay, cool. I'm going back to this C Murder album, you know what I'm saying? Bossalini. Uh,
I'm with
you know
you.
what I mean? Like I just I wasn't freaking out about it.
Yep, I'm with you on that 2001.
No, I disagree. I got to. That's why I got to
That's
push
definitely
back. Okay,
blasphemy because
y'all
I
are
keep a
being
lot of
just
my
as
Dr.
crazy
Dre
as
hating on
Coop.
the inside.
No, y'all being just as crazy as Coop was.
No,
Yeah.
I
no,
can't
we
really
can compare.
say that.
Black on Both Sides better than 2001.
Oh man, we know how to do this. We don't got to do this. But let's
Yeah, I
do
was gonna keep it in forever. I was
it.
gonna go to the grave with that one. I don't know why you brought that up. I was never gonna say that. Oh man.
Let's talk about let's get Black on Both Sides its shine first, and then we can compare it to
All
2001
right.
because we might as well now at this point. So I love Black on Both Sides. It's I would say it's one of my favorite albums. I mean, I would it'd probably be in the top 100 albums or something like that to me. I love this album. So I'm shocked that even saying that there are so
Oh, you
many
love this
better
album.
albums in 1999. I don't think 1999 is a bad year. I mean, there were other great albums to me, but I think to me this is my favorite of that year. Um, to me, only rivaled by 2001. Or maybe yeah. I mean, I wouldn't even put Operation Doomsday over it. So yeah,
Yeah, I like Operation Doomsday a lot. So what's the whack song on this album? Because this dude was talking like there ain't 7 fire songs on this album, and that's bullshit. So this is why I was getting mad because I didn't know what this dude was talking about. And then I looked at the list, then I listened to the album again, and
yeah.
I was like, what is this dude talking about, man? Um, the songs on here that I would say I do not turn on
Love,
are probably what?
love,
Yeah, I was about to say Love
rock and
and
roll.
May December.
May December is not like, I mean, he's not rapping on it. That's like just the outro
I
track,
used
right?
to like rock and roll.
Oh,
Well,
really?
I always skip May December. I used to listen to it a good bit. I don't really anymore. But I remember when this album came out, man. Like I said, though, I was in high school when this came out. So these you talk about first of all an album that I love to death. I remember listening to it with my friends. I remember listening to it throughout college. This is like a great album to me.
Mm,
Some of these songs will never get old. Miss
yeah,
Fat Booty never gets old. Got never gets old.
yeah.
Umi Says never gets old. I love Know That. I love Brooklyn. I love Habitat, Mr. Nigga, Mathematics, of course. Mathematics might
Mathematics
be
is the
like
best
top
song.
20 song ever.
Yeah,
Mathematics one of the greatest songs of all time, man.
that's his best
Drake
song.
don't have no song better than Mathematics.
Not one,
Not
not
one.
one.
Not one.
Not many people do though. Like
So
that's the
I don't
thing.
care how
I
many
love that
albums he
song.
sold. I don't care how many albums he sold. He ain't got not one song on the Mathematics level. So
Yeah,
I don't get everybody, man. This is why we had to start our own channel because people be saying things and I don't know what they be talking about. Like what do you listen to if this album is not, if you gonna say it's not a classic, that's fair enough. To me, I just think out of the 17 songs, really it's like 14, 13 songs.
Mm.
There's like one or two that maybe are not at a high level, but the ones that are great on here have never fallen off.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so let me just go first off. I even love like the intro, "Fear Not Man." I think everything he says on that intro is true. People even today, like even today, people be like, hip hop this, hip hop's dying, this, that, or whatever. And he says, hip hop is the people. If the people are doing good, hip hop will do good. You worried about people right now, even like the controversy we talk about, we can talk about D1, people like hip hop's too negative. If the people, if the society wasn't negative, hip hop wouldn't be negative. Like it's that simple to me. Like, it's really just a reflection of us, right? So I love this intro. And then hip hop I love. Love, I think, is a good song. I just, like I said, it's only, just average in comparison to the others. Miss Fat Booty is classic. I like Speed Law. Do It Now with Busta Rhymes is an amazing song to me. You didn't mention that one, but I think that's a classic song. I love that song. Got Umi Says, New World Water. I love New World Water. That's
Who has songs like this? And that's the thing is like when I was a kid, I was like in high school. To me, this was the KRS One for my time. This was the you hit me with something I never would even thought about with the water stuff. I never heard nobody even go onto these type of rants at this time when I heard this.
exactly. This
So
is 1999.
I remember being like, damn, the water's bad. Like I never even thought about this shit. Like, it was like I was like, damn, So I remember having my mind kind of blown by that, and I was like, damn, this is what this dude is rapping about. So, and then rapping well, Mr. Nigga, like, this was again when they came out, they was on that. We not with this corny pop shit. We about this raucous life. Most always been on some positive black people knowledge type shit. Like he talks about, like God talks about how you get robbed in the hood, but it's never the same thing as other people who might talk about, shooting people, things like that. So it's not that it has no edge, but this is the same type of, like I said, to me, New World Water was like my philosophy or something like that. Like to hear that at that time when I hadn't heard that from anybody that I was really listening to at that time. I thought that these type of songs were huge. I mean, Mathematics, like this is at that time, this is like facts and knowledge, in the best possible way to deliver that to somebody like myself, who I'm like 14, 15 at this time. And that's one of the reasons why I love this album so much.
Me too. And so this is the thing, and I'm younger, right? So 1999, I'm 6 years old, right? So like I listened to this later, but to me, it's so the fact that he put out a song like New World Water in 1999. People now are still talking about, or just now, or like catching up on everything being green and stuff like that and stuff like that. This is in 1999. This is like real. This would have been some real hippie type stuff in this time, right? And then but like this stuff on this album are still relevant today. To me, that's the definition of a classic. Like everything he says on this album is still relevant today. Like even Mathematics. You could talk about like obviously some of the statistics and stuff are off now because it's all numbers, but still the concept in the it's amazing to me. And he does political, he does spiritual, he does love songs, he does stories, he does just bars, he does fast rap with Busta Rhymes, high energy raps, and melodic stuff. He does everything on this album. I can't say there's many albums like this that are as versatile and high quality. Like
Umi says better than R&B singers albums. It's better than a lot of R&B singers R&B songs. Like I was like, yo, I like I said, at the time when this album came out, this shit never stopped getting played since then. From me. So I think that's crazy to say that this album is not a classic. But Beto, what do you think, man? You probably were like what? I mean, I don't even know if you ever heard this album before. Like, I know you was definitely
In
grown when you did.
1999, I was 3.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. Still watching
so
Barney on repeat. You was big on the Barney, man.
exactly.
He
I used to be
was.
so annoyed. I'd
He
be like, dog,
was.
can we turn this shit off? You'd be like, Barney says dance. I was like, oh my God.
Barney's still fire. I wish they came back out with that.
No,
But
didn't Barney touch kids or something like that? Didn't Barney get in trouble for that?
I don't know, man.
why are you always taking it
Yeah.
left,
Yeah,
dog?
you always.
Come on, man.
Because I got hate for Barney. Because fuck Barney. That's why.
Dang,
Damn,
man.
man.
Wow. Barney catching streams out
Um,
here. I don't understand it.
Nah, he getting
as far
direct
as I know
shots.
from this album, probably just listening to it would dumb it down. Um, honestly, I would need to revisit it now as an adult to really understand it because even when we might have listened to it in teenage years, I wouldn't have understood everything on here. I don't know. So this is something I have to sit down with and deep dive into this. I can't judge it. 'Cause I don't know. I don't know the impact of this album. Like I said, I know the impact of Mos Def in general, and it's very low. But when this came out during the time, I don't know. I guess I mean, um, you're saying that it was big for you in high school. I'm not sure. Was it getting play like that everywhere, or was it just something that you found by yourself? Or
Don't forget, man. The old Baldy was a young nerd, so
yeah,
that's not. I've always been a rap nerd, man. I don't know what other people listen to, but again, I'm from New Orleans too, so people listening to, like I said, C Murder, BG, Hot Boys also had an album that year, I think. So those are the things that we're gonna be listening to, not so much most Def or Raucous. Again, coming off that Raucous shit and then coming out with a solo, and the hype for that was really gonna be in the source and other places like that where I was reading at that time.
yeah. It said it did pretty good in sales. It went gold in less than 5 months, so that's good.
I mean,
Because again, remember, they were considered underground artists.
right.
Like
Yeah,
they never were the popular artists. And I remember Miss Fat Booty getting burned on like Rap City and and stuff like that. So all the video shows would show that song. And then you would see Umi Thet sometimes too. So I don't know, at that time, I definitely didn't hear it on the radio in New Orleans for sure. But we got the CD. I listened to it all the time. So I don't know, as far as popularity, gold at that time wasn't really 99. You got people out here doing probably 8, 9, 10 platinum, right? I don't
yeah,
know what Eminem sold, but he probably did, that year probably did 20 million. So
yeah,
going gold is cool, and nowadays that'd be a big deal. But back then, people went to the record store and bought CDs,
Yeah.
and you
yeah,
went anytime you got money. If you had a job, you went on payday. If you went, if your mom gave you money, we went right to the record store. We used to cut school to go to the record store, Peaches. Like it's like people don't, you went to buy records. People wanted to have CDs.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think, yeah, like I said, it is underground. Like, it is underground, but I think this is the thing. When you say low impact, like, low impact, I don't think that's true. I think that's, it's not low impact. It may be, relatively lower sales, but I don't think that's the same as low impact. The reason why, like you said, everyone knows, respects Mos Def. He's known as one of the top tier lyricists and stuff like that. He's known as, if it's this album is his, this is his, debut album. This is his, his best album. And I think it has an impact. It's still talked about to this day.
Yeah, because like I said, the Lyricist Lounge album came out and Sound Bombing was out, and these was on Raucous. So you got to understand at that time, Raucous was like, I don't want to say it was Griselda of the time, but it was like that. Like it was a thing. People knew about it, but it
Mhm.
was only for certain type of cats wanted to hit it. Not everybody. You got your incense burning chicks. You got your rap nerds like me. My people in the chat like Leroy. You know what type of people was listening to Raucous records at that time. It's like I said, the internet wasn't as big, so people would talk about it on message boards and stuff. But I mean, this first album, this was after Black Star came out, and Black Star was huge.
Right.
And I remember being hyped up and my friend put me on to Black Star. So when this came out, we was anticipating.
Yeah.
And then he was like, and when you look in the source, and it's like Mos Def about to come out, it's the hype was there. It was palpable for me. So like I said, I remember that. Yes, Erica Badu and her friends, and I was a huge Erica. I still am a huge Erica fan, of course. Love Erica to death. My favorite R&B singer, probably behind Stevie, I guess. So if that was like the thing. So yes, it wasn't like the same as popular, but it was as popular as you could get on the underground. So that's why I compared it to like a Griselda type thing. Like they're popular for underground, not really popular.
Yeah, I mean, and then so this leads, they were also talking about, on according to hip hop again, Coop and Mike, they were talking about how they were giving like extra titles to these albums, like some things are regional classics or some things are just backpack classics. I guess my question to y'all is, because B-Dog brought this up, does something have to be crossover mainstream in order to be a classic? Does something have to reach everybody in order to be a classic? Or if it's...
No, for sure not. I don't think so. I mean, that Solange album, A Seat at the Table, was
amazing
a classic.
That was a super classic.
Yeah,
from the day one.
That's never getting mainstream love or anything like that. I'm sure it didn't get no radio spins. Probably didn't even sell that many records.
That got radio spins though, I think, man.
I
feel like every black person I knew was talking about that at the time.
I didn't hear it till
years
later.
I talk to people that don't know about it.
No, I didn't hear it till years later.
No.
Man.
The one song, what's the Cranes in the Sky? Yeah, Cranes in the Sky. That song was on the radio and stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it was getting that was getting played. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, that's not. That's not.
I don't know. So you think that crossed over? I don't know.
But this is also part of the internet. It's like not everything gets everywhere. Like I live in my own little world. I don't have to listen to or ever hear about what's your girl's name? Sexy Red. I don't gotta know a single song of hers because I don't listen to radio. You know what I mean?
Yo, I happened to be in my car the other day and on the Sirius, and I heard a Doja Cat song, and I was like, I'm gonna listen to the whole song. I was like, oh. And then I turned that shit off and went back to what I listened to, but I never would have heard it otherwise. I was like, wow, okay. New for me. So yeah, you be in your silos. But back to our topic, man.
So Leroy said, after the blog era, you don't have to be crossover to be classic. Now, the thing is, this came out before the blog era. This is 99.
What is crossover? If you go gold, I know Eminem went diamond, but you went gold. You sold 500,000 records. 500,000 people went to the store and bought your CD with cash, like with money. Like you didn't just open your phone and it was there. You had to go walk or get on a bus or drive there.
Yeah.
So is that the same thing? Like it's a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to do it back then.
Right.
That's why when people talk about those sales numbers for Drake and stuff like that, man, I'd be like, that's cool, that's great. But people had to go to the store to buy records for Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Like you wasn't just, I'll catch it on my phone. Like you woke up, you got your car, you drove to the store, you bought that, then you went home, unless you had a CD player in your car, which everybody didn't have then. Some people bought it on tape. Some people bought it or you put that shit in your car and then you listen to it, like that's what people did. It wasn't, it's not the same thing.
Oh, I agree. I agree. I mean, I'm not saying the same thing. We weren't comparing. My point wasn't to compare Drake to Michael Jackson. It was the point to compare him to Jay-Z. So, but regardless,
but impact is a thing, and that's what we're saying. This album had impact. This album, it was a big underground hit, sales record. It sold records for an indie label at the time. It's got nothing but great songs on it. Throughout the super classic songs on there. So you can't say, oh, it don't have no moments. It's got moments on moments. You know what I mean? Mathematics is a moment on moment. When you turn that beat on at any rap show I ever been at, people know what that is, and people know what they about to start rapping along because it's mathematics. It's not something just regular song. Plus, it's a fantastic beat, Preem, of course. But these type of hits are hits. You know, I saw Mos Def and Kweli do Black Star live, and Common came out for Respiration verse as a surprise guest, and I fell down, and it was like I was like, oh my god, freaked out. I definitely had a spastic moment. I think I grabbed my wife's shoulder so hard, I was like, you got in his head. So it was so that type of stuff is legit, man. These dudes they not like some nobodies, man. To me, it's crazy to diminish the accomplishments of what Mos Def did at that time.
Hey, I mean, listen, we know strangers hating, so it's not, I don't have no issues with that. But to me, that's why I just feel like we just simplify the term classic. I just feel like it's used so many different ways, so many different places. If people are still talking about an album, 25 years after it dropped, still talking about how amazing the songs are, if new generations are still listening to the albums for the first time, listen to the songs for the first time, and are impacted by it or impressed by it, that's a classic. I just in every way, I just feel like if it's still getting talked about, the people who were there at the time were impressed by it, the people who came later impressed by it, and it's still being talked about, it's a classic. I just feel like
I don't think that last part necessarily matters. The people who come after listen to it, because eventually, time moves on. I don't know how many kids are going back to listen to Michael Jackson, but one of the greatest of all time.
People still go back and listen to Michael Jackson.
Yeah, man.
Maybe. Yeah. I feel like I don't hear the Michael soundtracks no more when I go out like that.
Man,
that's because of
the controversy. To put it on in your car
and
blast that shit, man. Put on that Off the Wall, bro, and ride down the street. You know what I mean?
You may hear it less because of other stuff. People try to tear down Michael's legacy with other stuff. But
no, I don't think that.
I do think that too.
And he turned himself into a white woman. I mean, that's also going to diminish his impact.
All right, come on.
He went from a black man to a white woman. He was a non-binary before. They clown Mike, but they wouldn't do that today. That's not PC. You know what I'm saying?
He definitely could have made it today for sure. That's funny.
But you talking about, you proving my point though, Bryce. We talk about somebody who made music in the 80s, and the whole album. All right, you born in the 90s, right? So
that dude though, yes. But that's what I'm saying. Eventually, time moves on.
Okay, so
eventually,
but you still a generation removed. You still knew all his songs. And then when he died in the 2000s,
2006, yeah,
young people still knew all the songs. So we talking about multiple generations knew all his music. That's my point. That's a classic.
Okay,
that's
right. You don't know the songs either. You probably know some of the dances. You probably know some of the videos. You ain't watch a video your whole life. You ain't watched no damn video, and you still can tell me what Smooth Criminal look like. It's a thing.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I'm just saying, 20 years from now, I don't know if he's still.
But my point isn't that it's got to last forever, literally forever. I don't. If it's not talked about 100 years from now, whatever. Who cares? But my point is that it's multi-generational. If something lasts multi-generational, it's classic. Like that, that's really, you know, you may not have to love it personally, but if it's impacted multiple generations, like, why do we have to debate that it's not classic? Like, you know what I mean?
I agree with that. I think it's easy to. I don't know. I think you think it's a lot harder than I think it is to define a classic. I feel like it ain't that hard to me. If it grab everybody during the time it come out, I feel like that's easy. I mean, like I said, I don't think people make classic albums anymore, so we might be forgetting because I don't think even artists try to make classic albums anymore.
No, but I think that's part of the issue.
Nah.
That's the definition you said. I feel like is part of the issue because that's what, like, you know, when Cooper and Mike were talking about it, they're like, oh well, maybe that's just regional, or maybe that just only hit this crowd because you're saying it had to hit everybody the time it dropped, but that's not true, right? Not everything hits everybody, right? And I think, you know, that's kind of the problem. Like, if, you know, you from the South and, you know, this album came out, you know, in your hometown, it's hot in your hometown, then, oh, it was only, you know, for you, it's only classic to you because I live somewhere else and that wasn't popular, it's not classic. You know what I mean? Or whatever it is. That it's easy to do that. Well, you know, with anything. I could say Drake don't have any classics because to the hip hop purists, his music don't hit. Right? But that's not the case, right? It hit for a lot of people for a lot of time. Then, hey, we gotta let it be what it is.
I do
Drake
think
don't have no classics.
there are regional classics, though.
Like what?
There
Like
are
what?
regional classics. You're right about that.
There are regional classics, just like with movies,
Like Chopper City in the Ghetto.
exactly.
Ghetto Deep.
They-
You know, some of them E40 albums and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Where
I don't like E40, but I'm sure people in the West Bay Area might be mad if, you know, I say that, you know, I don't like most of his music.
yeah, well, I mean, I guess okay. So, but like I said, that's not the case with. And let's talk about this
Those
next
aren't
one
real
too,
classics.
because we want to talk
I
about
would say those aren't real classics, man.
right. If they didn't reach outside of their city, I don't think they're real classics. Let's talk about something else. Then,
Cool. That's way more than they just a city though. Any of those albums. Oh, I don't know all E40's albums, but we're not talking about songs just in a city.
no, I know. I'm not saying just this,
Even
but
just a state, but yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless, let's go to capital punishment.
Right.
Let's go to
We're
capital
gonna
punishment.
argue about that another time though. But
Yeah, we're
all
gonna
right.
talk because we're gonna keep arguing about it. We're gonna argue about it right now when we talk about. See, look, Leroy said, "Whoa, E40, relax. E40 gets mad respect in the Bay Area."
No, I'm not disrespecting him. I never loved him like that. I don't know his music to even hate on it. I like to be an informed hater. So I like to know exactly what I'm hating on thoroughly. That way I can discredit whatever you say back after I hate on you. In this case, I wouldn't do that to 40. I only know about 2 of his albums.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a fan of 40 either. It's just.
But your boy Coop though, he was, you know what I'm saying, and I'm calling him out because this is bad. Capital Punishment, my dude. Like, I don't understand this guy's thinking, man. Maybe he got that Atlanta Falcons bias, man. Like he got the, you know, because he's brought up in that abusive household where he became an Atlanta Falcons fan, that he is confused and doesn't understand dope music when he hears it. Capital Punishment.
Wait! Didn't he say he's a Panthers fan? Did he say he's a Panthers fan? Well, he was on last time when we talked about the Panthers.
He strategically claims different towns when it's a bad look. So like when I say, "Oh, you probably a Falcons fan," he be like, "Nah, I like the Panthers." He's like, that's not that much better, but okay, it is better. It is better still.
So he
regardless, man, we've had him on the show plenty of times. We could ask him in person which you're a fan of, but I'm pretty sure we could check the tapes.
He said Panthers. He did say Panthers. He did Panthers. I mean, that's better than claiming the Falcons, man. As long as you don't claim the Falcons, you are better than a lowlife in my book. But as far as this album goes, Capital Punishment is.
What did he say about it?
He said it wasn't a classic. I mean, he basically shit on the dead man. You know what I'm saying? That's what he did. Because I took it as disrespect.
I was mad. the music, or hold on, the music is the music, regardless of whether the man's dead or not. Is that
Nope. Pun family more mad at him than they was mad at Fat Joe. You know what I'm saying? They coming after Coop. They gonna find him. All right. Triple C's looking for him right now.
See, I don't like that. I don't like when we can't talk about dead rappers. Like, yeah, man, it's music.
Nah,
it's
man,
music.
I'm joking, man. Because I crap on dead rappers all the time. I think XXX Tentacion is trash, but you know, whatever. People love the dude. You know, he did whatever.
Baldy's shooting hate everywhere, man. Baldy is in rare form today, man.
Hey, man, you came to the haters ball, man. We was off a whole extra week because of some people. So of course I had hate stored up.
Yeah. This is what happens. Baldy don't get on every week, man. He just got too much hate built up inside, man. You got to get it out.
Mm-hmm. I went to the doctor. The doctor said you got hate in your heart. Let it out. You know what I mean?
Dang, man. Shout out to XXX, man. Rest in peace, dude. Go ahead, man.
We talk about pun, man. We talk about pun. I gotta be honest. All right. See, I was more offended by the Most Def thing than I was about the pun thing, because I feel like Black on Both Sides is a better album than Capital Punishment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Leroy said Capital Punishment should be in a museum somewhere.
Capital Punishment is that shit to me. And I got on this later. So this is not like the Most Def when I was like waiting for that to release. With this one, I got it, I don't know, maybe a few months or a year after it came out. One of my friends gave it to me. And I remember listening to it like and just being amazed. Because Pun still might be one of my top 10 favorites. Like flows.
Yep.
Funny too, like always funny with the bars are great, and he has such entertainment value. Plus his breath control is crazy. I remember trying to practice and learn and do all the parts and all the verses, and I mean it took me years just to get the Dead in the Middle of Little Italy thing like that. That took like forever. Like the dude is the nicest when he says I am the nicest. He's one of the nicest ever, man.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I know people who still have pun in their top 5.
But I mean,
I know people who have pun in their top 5 all time, dead or alive, to this day.
Yes.
And it is because of his undeniable talent. Undeniable flow. He's got, like you said, one of the best flows of all time. Rhyme schemes, the multi-syllabic rhyme, all that stuff. He's one of the best to ever do it. One of the best to ever do it on the mic. And that is clear throughout the album. Throughout this album specifically. This is the album to show, to showcase that. But when we talk about, and let's just talk about this album and then we'll get to which one's better later. But yeah, I think that his skills are undeniable throughout the album. And yeah, I mean, I can't say anything against Pun's rapping ability. I don't think anyone can.
Songs though, man. That's my thing. Like, what's the song on here that's bad, dog? Unless you're gonna say like, I just don't know it. Like, where's that?
I could say
where's
this
that?
bad.
All right.
Okay.
Which
all
one?
Yeah,
Boomerang.
Okay. I don't like Caribbean Connection or Glamour Life.
Oh, Glamour Life is super dope. Come on, man. All right.
Boomerang is just alright.
So I'm about to say, you gonna say Boomerang? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't agree on Caribbean Connection or Glamour Life, for the record. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that's clear. This album also has, but that's all you got. What else you got?
I mean, I still think the album's classic. I'm just saying. Okay.
So I just want to make sure that we on the same page, because this is the type of stuff that I heard was only seven songs. There's not 7 good songs on there, and all that type of stuff. And some of the quotes that I heard, which were absurd. And I mean, let's look. The Dream Shatterer.
Yeah.
You Ain't a Killer. Capital Punishment. Twins. I'm Not a Player. You Came Up.
Yeah.
Come on, man. These songs is like bruh. Okay? That Twin song better than the original Deep Cover, man. I'm sorry.
100%. I don't know how they would say Deep Cover is better. Twins is way better than Deep Cover.
Get that out of here. That shit got when I heard the Twins, I said, never listen to this one again. Anytime the old one come on, I'd be like, I want to turn on the pun one.
Yeah, no. As soon as as soon as it starts, I'll be like, oh wait, pun's not on this. I gotta hit pun on this beat. Yeah, come on. I'm
sorry, man.
I think if you think Deep Cover is better than you don't love bars as much as me. It's really I just think pun's
the
bars.
The Dream Shatterer. Dog, super lyrical is on it, bruh. Come on, man. This album is just too. I don't understand. To me, somebody hating on this album is like, I don't even know. Like you hating on like puppies and kittens or something. Like something like that. You hating on like
you literally hated on dogs,
babies and stuff. Like what are we doing, man? Yeah. It's like perfect. Like, I love this album, man.
All right,
I'm sorry, man. Let's do this.
Let's go through track for track, though. Let's go through track for track. All right, because I would say Beware. I love the way this album starts.
It's fantastic.
Love the way this starts. Yeah. And I would think, especially as someone like, because, Coop is such a big, like, Mobb Deep fan and stuff like that, especially for someone who likes the darker beats and stuff like that, I would think that you would like this type of thing, because it's, the production on this album is dark and gritty and like that, and Beware starts off, it sets the mood, for the whole thing. I love when the album comes on. I never skip the first song. It's like, I play this, boom, I love the, first song.
B-Dog, tell me you know about this album, bro. You know about this one? You heard this one?
Yeah, I haven't listened to it in a long time now.
Say, Doug, tomorrow, man, you gotta put this on in your car, man, on your way to work, Doug. You know what I'm saying? This album don't never stop being great. I'm gonna listen to it tomorrow morning in my car because now I'm all hyped up. I want to listen to it right now.
Yeah. I don't want to ever get to the place where I'm tired of hearing it because there's only one album. Like he ain't got that much work out there. So
look, first of all, how old am I? I'm 39 years old. Mm-hmm. This album came out when I was in 8th grade. It ain't get tired yet, so I don't know when it's gonna happen. I mean, it's just not a thing to me. To me, this is about as good as you could get on a debut rap album. I mean, it's not Illmatic.
I disagree. I disagree. To me, it's how much you love it is different for me. Because I do think the album's too long. It's got a bunch of skits that I like to skip. And I do think it has a few skit tracks.
You young boys, man. Get off my lawn, dog.
I'm sorry, dog. I don't want to hear this dude having sex, man. Come on.
No, you're right. I don't want to hear complete. Sex. You're right. That dude was so fucking fat. I definitely don't want to hear it. Yeah, you're right about that. I agree. And I don't listen to the skits no more either. I haven't listened to this album straight through in as far as like skits and all, and probably since I was in high school.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that the skits are songs, Leroy, and Packing the Mac in the Back of the Act is the stuff that Pun says are amazing. But like I said, I think there are skip tracks on this album. I don't think it's the entirety of the album is the best produced. So there are some, like I said, some beats or stuff like that, or just music on the album that I don't think is as great as as what you are saying, like one of the best of all time or something. So Pun is always on point, but that don't mean that the entirety of the album is always on point.
Hey man, like I said, you said the album's too long. I'm saying there's so many great songs. You take them three songs off that you said was whack, which I disagree with, by the way. Except for maybe was the one I never really listened to Boomerang that much. But if you take all those 3 songs off, that's still what? 14, 15, 17 fire songs? Like dog. It's just this album is great, man. This album is great. I love Pun. I don't like no pun slander. No pun slander around me.
Hey, I get it. I hear you. All right, anything else to add about this album?
I
All
mean,
right.
I
Well,
don't know how much to add, man. Like, like I said, You Came Up is great.
oh yeah.
Pun
No.
and Nori was always funny. I'm Not a Player is a funny ass song. I don't know. Even this dude Chick songs ain't trash. Like everybody not doing this, man. Everybody don't have one of these.
Okay, so '98 is one of the greatest albums of, greatest years in hip hop. Where does it
Mhm.
fall? Because I mean, you talking really really highly of it, and I love this album. Don't get me wrong. It's about how highly we hold it. The title track is fire. I like Capital Punishment. And Antoine
Let's look.
said it's still one of the best albums in '98, which is super high praise because '98 is one of the best years for hip hop. So
Off the top of my head, of course, what you call them is gonna be above it.
Flesh of my flesh.
It's Dark and Hell is Hot.
Dark
No,
and Hell
not
is
Flesh
Hot.
of My Flesh. It's Dark and
Okay.
Hell is Hot.
All right. So
I'm going through the list right now, and I
400
could be missing
degrees, better
something.
or worse. I'm just gonna say better or worse. Than,
400 degrees is better.
okay.
400 degrees is better.
Equipment better or worse.
Now we having tough times. I
Really?
guess I'm
You
gonna pick
think it's as good as
Equipment.
Equipment?
I love this album. I don't know what you want me to say.
See, I just
Okay,
think
Equipment, and then what? And then what else?
Black Star, better or worse.
I'm taking this one. I'm taking Pun.
Okay. Moment of Truth.
That's a mood thing. Dog, if you held a gun to my head and made me pick one, I'm taking Pun.
See, yeah, wow, yeah. See,
Because I love Pun and I love his
you.
rapping. And I love his sensibility.
Yep.
I love Moment of Truth. See, I don't even like that's messed up to like make me choose between the two, but it's a different mood and vibe. Like what Pun is doing and what Guru is doing is like night and day. So it's like, am I in the mood for bars? If I had to take one, I'm gonna go with the bars. But I mean, I definitely would. That's hard. That's hard.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. I just think I'm taking Moment of Truth for production. Like I said, I think Capital Punishment. Again, I think Pun is always on point, but I don't think that the music is always as high quality as Equipment as like I said, some of these other albums that we talk about.
Okay, but so it's the fifth best album and one of the best albums years of all time. So to me,
all right, yeah, I think that's fair to say. That's fair to say. I don't know if it's top 5 to me, but yeah, but it's around there. It's around there in one of the greatest years of all time. So I think it's 100% a classic. But yeah.
I mean, look, I could be wrong, but you pick a day and a mood, and Capital Punishment is the one. Like I said, if I'm off topic, that's fine. Yeah, I definitely don't agree with that, Leroy. I remember being disappointed by that. But look, I'm not the only one. Look at what people saying in the chat.
Yeah.
So, because I would pick this over both of those other albums. As much as I love those other albums.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I hear you. I think the saying is better than Equipment is insane. That's the only real insane take to me. The other ones, I get
man.
it.
What I told you what you call them better than 2001.
Oh, Black on Both Sides better than 2001. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I agree. So let's load that up. Let's see track for track. Let's see which one's better. Let me pull up 2001 here. The track list and Black on Both Sides.
I think people remember the highs of '01 more than the album as a whole, but maybe I'm wrong.
That may be the case. I mean, it's been
when I was in high school. When I remember when '01 came out, we listened to like the same 10 songs over and over, or same 5 or 6 songs over and over, and not all 35 of the songs or whatever that's on there.
Mm-hmm. All right, so looking at them side by side here. All right. We got the what? Well, number one, 2001 is longer, way longer. It's really long, and that's probably again. long albums. This is the problem with Capital Punishment too. There's always songs. There's always ways to trim the fat.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing is y'all forget or y'all don't know. I don't know, but like it was different then because you wanted it longer because that means you was definitely about to buy the album because that meant see that's funny how stuff has changed because now you want the short album that people play over and over for your streams. Back then we wanted you wanted to be like, oh, I'm about to go buy the CD.
Yeah,
This $15 about to come out of my pocket, and this got to be because I want to play this. You know, the longer you played it, the more that's why you had all the skits and stuff like that. Nobody does skits anymore. Like, you rarely hear a skit. But back then, everybody had skits on the album. You know, it wasn't tons of non-skit albums.
No, agree. But now this albums want to be long now too. There's some people who do that for the streaming game. So it's
Chris Brown and stuff. Yeah.
So, all right. So The Watcher versus hip hop. It's The Watcher, right?
Yeah.
All right. Love versus FU.
I'm definitely going FU.
Right. And then you get Still Dre versus Miss Fat Booty.
Still Dre.
Exactly. All right. That's what I'm saying. Y'all underrated 2001 is not a good.
No,
okay,
because
Big.
the whole back half, it's gonna lose.
Okay, Big.
For me.
Big Egos versus Speed Law. Is Speed Law to me.
Yeah.
And then Explosive
Explosive.
versus Do It Now.
Explosive is the best song on it. That's
right.
Explosive.
Okay, all right. That's what I'm saying. What's the difference? Versus Got. That's what's the difference.
I'm gonna go God. I think Most Def about to win every single one left for me.
Okay.
Keep going.
All right.
I'm down for that.
Bar 1 versus Umi Says.
That's Umi.
Yeah. Then you got Lightspeed. Wait, hold on. Yeah. Lightspeed and New World Water.
That's New World Water.
Okay, yeah, I agree. And you get Forgot About Dre and Rock and Roll. That's Forgot About Dre.
I give that to Dre.
Yeah. And then you got Know That versus Next Episode. That's Next Episode.
Okay.
I like Know That a lot, but I mean, I'm just saying.
All the rest is Most Def.
All the rest suck.
All the rest is skips. The rest of 01, that's the 5. You just named all 6 of the songs that people played over and over.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. The end half of so the second half of 2001 is
Forgot About Dre. I mean, the next episode is number 11. It's 22 songs. I don't care about none of the rest of these songs really. I'm trying to think. When's the last time I listened to some LA?
21 songs.
I remember liking that. Yeah, I haven't listened to some of these in a minute, so maybe they're better than I remember.
Songs. It's really 20 songs, right? No, like 19, because there's a couple of interludes.
I want to hear 4 songs on 01. And really, I don't want to hear none of them now because they played out, except for Explosive, because of that Nate Dogg part. Don't want to lead you on, or whatever. Oh, that shit is too good. That shit is too good, man. Every time that dude hit that, I be like, oh, this is killing it, man. That's the best, dog.
Yeah.
But besides the rest of that, I don't care about the rest of that album.
Okay, but we even just counting the ones we counted like the 2001 won The Watcher, won FU, won Still Dre, it won Explosive, it won What's the Difference, it won Forgot About Dre, and Next Episode. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right?
How many songs left?
How many songs does it have left? It has 1, 2,
about 15.
I mean, how many is Most Def songs?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2001 has 8 songs left. Most Def had
how many Most Def had left?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left.
So that's all 5 for them.
Difference.
So it's gonna end up being 6-6. It's not that different, man. I'm telling you, dog. I
Come
do
on.
not. I do not. Look, hey, that's cool. Yeah, y'all can go with it. If you made me pick between these two, it's not even close to me. I'm easily picking the most.
Not even close.
Now, if you want to go, track for track, you're right because I think the '01 has very, very strong singles.
Highs, yeah.
Because at that time that came out, you couldn't go nowhere without hearing Explosive. It was coming out every car. Here, baby, hit the bong while the West Coast rolls along. Yo, come on, man. That is that man, Nate Dogg. Somebody better get this bitch, this bitch. Like, come on, man. This dude hitting notes. Like, oh my god, like this dude harmonized so perfectly, dog. Oh man, rest in peace to this dude, man. Nobody hit the
Right.
notes like him. Nobody hit the notes
Nobody.
like him. He made
That's
so
true.
many songs classic with like a minute or like 2 minutes on it. Like he wasn't on it the whole song. You know what I mean? Like he's not on the rest of that song. The other dude come on there. I got these freaky hoes. Like it's like okay, cool, man. Can I rewind it? Can we go back to that one middle part? Where it's like, I don't care about the rest of that song, but that Nate Dogg part is too good,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm
right?
saying, and that's what I'm
That's that
saying.
song,
So,
man.
well, this is the thing. Do we judge artists by their highs, or albums even by their highs, or by their lows? I mean, is the issue? I mean,
It
or is it?
depends, but it depends on everyone, right? Some albums you get a roller coaster. Like this is how I feel about Capital Punishment. It's like we get highs. It might dip, then you get another highs. It might dip, you get highs. I feel like '01 is amazing. I remember turning it on at my
Mm-hmm.
friend's house the first time we listened to it and being like, wow, this is amazing. And then being like, just go back after like, we got to a certain point
Yeah,
and just playing certain songs over and over and over. And anytime we hung out playing those same songs over and over and over and not really listening to this album straight through. Capital Punishment, I would play that thing like this and then take it out and just make sure I skip skits. But I mean, and then rewind, start that thing over. Like it's not the same type of album. Some albums you just you rock with different waves. That's why
yeah,
like nowadays when you listen to the albums and you take songs off and you put them on playlists and things like that, you listen to them over and over. Like it's that's how you know the album's great when you got so many you got to take off or so many that you got to keep playing. Whereas other albums they might have 4 songs on there that you never let go. You know what I mean? Like you rock with those 4 just over and over. But
right.
it's a 12-song album. And do you get more credit for that or not? That's personal preference.
Yeah, it is personal preference. I mean, I just feel like, when an album got, you know, like what does 2001 have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I guess that's like 6 amazing songs. Wow, out of 23. Well, then yeah, I don't know. That's not a great. Or out of
Well,
20, it'd be really.
and look, if you get 6 amazing songs, man, them 6 amazing songs be there for you, dog. You know what I mean? Like you get in your car, you turn that,
Yeah.
be like, oh shit, like you get that feeling. So that feeling is good, that could hold you. So, it depends on the albums and how great are the good ones. Sometimes some songs they might be the best cuts on the album, but it ain't like that. Like those are some ones. Those are some legendary cuts.
Right.
Um, every album don't have those, but that's the thing is I do think Black on Both Sides has the strong songs on there are very very strong.
Agreed.
Um,
Agreed.
Capital Punishment, I feel like has some of those songs.
Agreed.
The best albums all have those type of songs. The best albums all have those type of songs, and that's true today. That's true anytime.
Yeah. Agreed. All right. Well, anything else we wanted to talk about before we get out of here?
I wanted to hate on Mickey Loomis.
Oh man. Oh man.
Mickey Loomis,
Hold on. Let's make sure
you're a
we don't got
fucking
nothing
bum,
else we
dude.
wanted to talk about before we jump into hating on the Saints, man. Because
Oh,
that
I
was
got, I got,
All
I
right,
got even more people too. If you want me to hate on some
any?
other
I
stuff. Oh,
got
we
I
just
got
talk about
more
how we
hate.
love these albums, though. As far as these
Uh,
albums go, I mean, I could talk about Capital Punishment all day. We didn't go through the songs. We didn't go through some of these best bars. Don't disrespect my man Pun, man. Okay, I'm not trying to disrespect Nate Dogg, the legend who passed, The rest of the other people, I'm not really that worried about. But Nate Dogg, man, Nate Dogg was that one, man. Nate Dogg made songs great. Think of how many great songs he had. He had great songs with every type of rapper too. He got a great song with Mos Def. He got great songs with all kinds of people. Remember, I would never forget this dude. Remember how he was harmonizing hoes in that Ludacris song?
Oh yeah. Oh
Hoes.
yeah, yeah,
Like this
yeah,
dude was hitting
yeah,
one
yeah.
note with the hoes. I'm like, dang.
Area
Like it
codes,
was,
yeah, yeah.
that
All
dude
right,
was
peace
that
out,
dude was
Leroy.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Nate Dogg was the truth.
That's funny.
Nate Dogg 100% made a hit out of like. I mean, yeah, he everything he touched turned gold, man. Nate Dogg was a cheat code.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace, man. You forget about how great that dude was sometimes, man. Cause you just don't. Nobody does that. Like, who's the Ty is probably the closest to that today. Like, it ain't nowhere near that Nate Dogg level.
Yeah,
When Ty on it, it's like, okay, this is gonna be a good one, Ty Dolla Sign, whatever, whatever. But it ain't close to like Nate Dogg hit those the hit your soul, dog, with the song.
love to see.
Like Regulator's great. That doesn't know rapping just because Nate
No,
Dogg.
yeah,
You
because
know what I
Nate Dogg.
mean?
I'd love to see, yeah, if they had a Nate Dogg versus somebody, in the verses that, that would be, funny to see. I don't know who would be a good matchup versus Nate Dogg.
You better pull out like Michael Jackson or something. It's slaughter. Nate Dogg is killing you. Don't
It's
no,
got
you
to be
don't want.
Michael. It got to go straight to Michael.
Who else wanted with Nate Dogg?
I don't know, man. I don't know who's another good like hip hop hook legend. Like, is there somebody else like that? Oh, R. Kelly. Okay, yeah. I mean,
Kelly? Yeah, you can go with Kel. Kel's not beating Nate Dogg.
yeah. I don't think he is.
He not. He not. He got some
Not
good
of his
ones.
hip hop songs.
He also hit the note on hoes on that song with Fat Joe. You know what I'm saying? Because he was also doing so. We could have the who did the whole notes better. You know what I mean? Nate Dogg, and then R. Kelly, like he was in there too. So yeah, I mean, that's
R.
tough one
Kelly
right
is
there.
a good
That's a tough.
matchup for. That's a good matchup
That
actually.
might be. All right. Anything else we wanted to cover?
I got hate for Benny. These singles suck. You pissing me
Oh
off.
yeah,
I
that's
really wish-
good. The album about to drop right now. Okay, so one we put a video.
It don't come out next week, huh?
next
The
week,
26th.
next Friday, 26. Yeah,
Wait, oh man.
A whole other week to wait.
this man has a
Oh.
whole. He is rolling this album out like it's got to be
What?
fire. They putting everything behind it. He got
We done
a
heard half the
a
album,
part-
bruh. We done heard half the
documentary.
album, man. Where the fire
doing
songs
every
at?
interview. Yeah,
Every interview. I watched all these interviews too, and the interviews scare me too, man. The interviews are scary. I don't like. Listen, man. I think he put a lot into getting signed on a major label, thinking that it was gonna, elevate. He keeps talking about it's gonna elevate or something like that, and I don't know, man. I really don't know. I didn't like the Bron. What y'all thought of the Bron single?
that shit was
Cool.
lame. He trying to.
It's
You know,
cool.
he trying to go for a different sound. Like he trying to make his music louder, and I don't like it. It's not. I don't want to hear Benny Stadium music. That's.
But that's what he has to do. That's what I try to. That's what I know, man. You don't get on no major label and come out with Tana Talk 3. I just
Exactly.
and look, maybe this is his natural progression anyway, because I thought that his last couple albums were also basically mid because something is off. And you saw the comments on our video, Bryson. Have you looked at it?
Yeah, I've been.
Because it's got like
reading.
a G and a half on views, so people been commenting, right? And the comments, people say we hating on Benny. It's
Yeah, a
not
lot
me.
of love for Benny.
I wish Benny was about to come out with another
A
classic.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm worried.
And I wish
that
him all the
this is gonna
success
be
too.
trash.
I mean, I don't want to get this mixed up too. I hope him all the success and that he gets all the sales and makes the money. And I hope this deal is what works out for him. But I also hope that he still makes dope music.
I feel like this has happened to me multiple times.
Yeah.
I got super hyped when Little Brother got signed to a major. I was like, Little Brother about to take over the planet. I told anybody I knew, like, Little Brother about to come out. You gonna see. It's gonna be this shit. And the album's great.
Yeah.
did Less Than Wood. That shit did Linoleum. All right. Like it's not no sales. They got dropped. They broke up. Like it was over with. Like it exploded.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no. I've been rocking with Griselda, man. Been hyped for him. I'm super happy Benny on a major. I just don't know how they want to treat it. I just don't think if he turned in an album that was what I want Benny to do, record label would be like, okay, so now we need you to go back and put hooks on every song and get an R&B chick on one of these joints and find us some hits here. Because if there's no hits, it no release.
Well, the singles that he dropped, it hasn't been that. No, I mean, if there was an R&B singer on the hook, he would have been on one of these singles, right? Bron is not that.
Yeah, you're right. So he got the next best thing, which is Wayne, who does 1 million singles a year.
Right. And
Wayne ate him.
Exactly. And one of the things, so at the Breakfast Club interview or whatever, he was talking about how I'm not trying, he don't gotta rap, make all the bars, and stuff like that. He was saying, he was talking about kind of like dumbing down the lyrics, and trying to make it more palatable for everyone. And I just felt like I didn't like the sense.
When has his lyrics been something to dumb down anyway?
I didn't take it that way. It seemed to me like he was trying to say like he gonna make the same music that people love, but on this next album he gonna try to do girl tracks and stuff like that.
No, and I was saying on the next album. But when he was talking about, he was talking about how he didn't have to try to make the bars as complex. So you don't have to come up with all bars. He was saying how like his writing process has been different. I don't know if it was the Rap Radar interview or the other one, but he was saying like I just been writing freer. Just kind of what's been coming to me is flow, and instead of trying to sit there and make bars and stuff like that. And so he talked about that.
Cool man. Look, I hope he gets all the sales and praise and money that he deserves. Because I will never stop listening to his best stuff. And if that's not the album, that's cool. Like, cool. I hope he gets a bunch of new fans. But as far as this particular album making me excited, I'm worried. I think it's not gonna be hot.
Yeah.
But we got some other good stuff coming out this week, I feel like.
All his songs are loud. That's what I'm saying. Like even the Stove Got Cooked single that came out, like that one's loud, and I don't know. Benny sounds better on this. Like if I think of 5 to 50, like that's a simple beat.
Yes.
Flowing, going crazy on there.
Yes.
That's simple. It's not loud, but it's a great song. Everything don't have to be loud, and all of these singles have been loud.
Didn't the Vultures get pushed back, or that come out tonight?
Nigga, I'm not listening to that album. I don't know. You tell me. I did see.
I know you listen to that Kanye, man.
I'm never listening to that album.
You full of it, dog. You love Ty too. You know you listening to that, man.
Nah, dude.
You got a pair of Yeezys on right now, probably. Yeezys. No, not even Yeezy slides. Them ugly ones. Them fake Croc Yeezys. You probably got those on right now.
Yeezy still got some fire shoes.
You got them sock things on right now. You probably bought them socks for $250.
Oh no. That is crazy. I gotta look at them again. I mean, hey, you got some fire shoes. I don't care what nobody say. All right, but the music, I'm done. I don't need to hear it ever again. Honestly, I'm good on it.
All right, man.
I think it's what's all coming out. I see. Currency is coming out.
You see this?
Oh no, that's a deluxe. That's a deluxe. It's the Currency Tramatone. That's deluxe.
Oh, that album is really good, man. I never stopped listening to that one.
Who else is coming out? I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing.
I don't see nothing. That's what I'm saying. I checked. All I saw was that Ty Dolla Sign and what you calling, but they got moved. So that ain't true.
Yeah. So ain't nothing coming out this week. We're gonna have to review some more classic albums, man. I had fun talking about Capital Punishment and Black on Both Sides. So we're gonna have to review some more classic albums. Bryson, you got to give us some of your classics for us to listen to too. We already listened to Drake, so it's over with for that.
Yeah.
You got to pick something else.
I ain't got that much else. Everything y'all think a classic, I think a classic after that. That's the only artist we differ on.
No, man.
I
No,
gotta
man.
think.
We gotta do something, man. We gotta do something
No.
weird too, something different. So we can
Yeah.
get 10 views. We won't get no views. We do some weird stuff.
We could do that. We could review some Frank Ocean if y'all want, man. If you want
I'd
to talk
rather
about
not,
classic.
but
No,
that's
not
what we
Frank
want to do.
Ocean. Not Frank Ocean. We could review some of these J. Cole albums that are classic that
Okay,
be hating on.
I'm gonna do a reaction video where I'm sitting here listening to it. I'm gonna make a bunch of
Fall
faces while
asleep.
I play the song.
Yeah, like fall asleep.
Oh no, I'm gonna stay awake. I'm gonna turn it on. I'm gonna act mad surprised, like I never heard it before. Like these people
Oh
that be
yeah.
like, first time hearing "Back That Thing Up." I was like, oh my god, can you believe it?
Yeah.
Can you believe it? My goodness. First time hearing "Baby Got Back." Wow, man. This dude said, "I can't." Can you believe he said, "I can't"? They got big butts. I can't lie. Like, bruh, them
Still gotta
videos be
figure out how
killing.
that work. Yeah, those videos kill me. Yeah. All right, but like and subscribe, man. Thanks for joining in. And we'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.